What's up, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is enjoying their day so far. So today, I'm going to give a prophetic message, right? I normally don't like give messages in the form of prophecy, although I may get on here and tell like my prophetic dreams. Like I normally don't really give messages in the form of prophecy, but today is a little different because today I have a prophetic message from God. And let me say this, prophetic messages aren't for everybody. And prophetic messages are like confirmations, for something that God has already told you. So don't just go off of what somebody is telling you, right? Saying that, oh, God told me to tell you, because I hate those type of people who feel like, not say hate those type of people, let me rephrase that. I don't like when people just say, God told me to tell you, and you be looking like, God ain't told me that. So I know God ain't told you to tell me that because he ain't even told me that. So when you hear a prophetic message, it's going to be confirmation for something that God has already told you. Okay? And you got to take it back to God and ask him for the confirmation so that you'll know that the message was for you. And the title of this video is going to be that you are about to be exalted. You are about to be exalted. Exalt means to be raised to a higher position, right? To a higher rank of power. Let's get into that word power, because that just stands out to me, especially with where I am right now, from where God has taken me, from where I am right now. And the scripture that I want to use is Job 8:7, which says that though your beginnings were small, your latter days end will greatly increase. Though your beginnings were small. And see, when God takes you from what was to what is, that can look like so many different things. You being exalted can be so many different things. That can be from you losing to you winning. That can be from you being to the bottom to going to the top. That can be from you being overlooked to being cannot be missed. That can be over from being an employee at your job to being at a management position. That can be from you tapping into your spiritual gifts, right? From you, feeling like you have no power to God giving you the power that you have never had before. That's what it looks like when God exalts you. You go from being low to being high, to being above. Like that's why the scripture says that you are above and not beneath. So what God continues to do in our lives is he continues to take us from glory to glory, to level, and from season to season. So therefore, this may be some of you about to enter into a new season of your life, experiencing some things that you never experienced before, having things that you never had before. Again, just like they say, just like the scripture says, though your beginnings were small, though you went without, though you lack, though you used to be overlooked, though you used to walk around, this world by yourself feeling lonely, though you used to feel like, you don't know exactly where you are headed at. So therefore you kind of find yourself in a cycle of enduring the same thing over and over and over again. God said, no, not this time. Now I'm about to exalt you. Why? Because you have passed my test, because you have been obedient, because you have been putting in the work, because you have been doing all the things that I told you to do in the seasons that you were in, because you have received all the things that you were supposed to with where you are. You have gained the knowledge and the understanding with where you are. So now it's time for me to take you higher. It is time for me to take you higher, because we go through things in life, that have to lead us to the higher. We have to go through the lack in order to get to the abundance. Why? Because we have the knowledge and the understanding of what it feels like to go without. So whenever we go, whenever we have things, we know how to cherish them more. We know how to do what we got to do so that we can keep them and not lose them. Why? Because we're not trying to go back to what was. We don't want to go to that place of the small beginnings. We want to stay in the increase, in the overflow, in the fruitfulness, and the multiplication. And I also want to refer to the story of Job, because Job lost it all. He lost it all. That's what the scripture again that I used was Job 8:7. Job lost it all. Any like his family, his land, like he lost it all. And in the end, because he did what he was supposed to do, because he repented, because he prayed, because he started to understand who God was and what he was capable of. It was then that God blessed him. And not only did God restore him, right, with all that he lost, and I mean everything that he lost, God gave him back, but he gave it back to him double. So that's a word in itself. Everything that you lost, you're about to get back double. God says double for your trouble. The things that you went through was not for no reason. And that's what something we have to understand. Like, although we hate enduring the things that we go through, it is in alignment with God. It is in God's purpose and in his will, because he has a plan. And his plan is to prosper us. So we have to go through certain things that will ultimately turn around for our good. And that's exactly what happened to Job. Although what he went through was not good, being diseased and everything, it turned out for his good, because in the end, it was greater. In the end, it was worth it. You can look back and say, it was worth it. Everything that I went through, it all makes sense now. So it was worth it. So understand that a lot of you are in a season where you're about to be exalted. And you're going from having small beginnings to living greatly in increase and overflow, and being able to pour out what God has blessed you with, as well as be a blessing to those around you. So listen, like I say in the beginning, take this message back to God, because it's not for everyone. Although you may not be in that season right now, it can come a time where you will be in the season. So you can still receive it, right? Receive it and still take it back to God, so that you can prepare yourself for whenever he is about to exalt you. You have to get into a position where you are making sure that you are doing the work, that you are being obedient, that you are receiving and learning everything that you are supposed to do with where you are, so that God can prepare you for when he is about to exalt you. So I hope that this message has helped, inspire, touch, bless anyone who it has reached. And as always, let's be motivated, but most importantly, let's stay inspired.